The plane of existence we all share is more incomprehensible than most would believe. Allow me to explain how, because of Euclid's fifth postulate, how because of Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity, and because of the conflicts between them, how most people's understanding of math and science is a mere simplification of how it actually works. So, all science boils down to mathematics, all mathematics boils down to geometry, and all geometry boils down to five simple rules, defined by Euclid, known as the postulates. Now, Euclid's first four postulates are all pretty straightforward. Any 2 points can have a straight line drawn between them. Any straight line segment can be continued on indefinitely. Any straight line segment can be used as a radius to form a circle, and all right angles are equal to each other. Now, the fifth one is where it gets a bit tricky. The fifth postulate states if you have a line, and if you have two other lines drawn intersecting that line, and if the angle measurements shown here add up to less than 180 degrees, then these two lines must intersect on this side of that line. AKA, it means that if you have two lines pointed towards each other and they continue on indefinitely, they will eventually intersect. It also states that if two lines are parallel, that they will never intersect. And for centuries, mathematicians tried to prove this fifth postulate, but they never could, until along came Albert Einstein with his theory of general relativity, stating, amongst other things, that space-time, the fabric of the universe, bends in the presence of mass. And the thing about a straight line is if you draw a straight line on a unbent flat surface like this one, well, it's a straight line. But if you bend that surface, the line bends with it. Now, this is still a straight line relative to the plane of existence it exists on, but it bends with that plane of existence. We can actually visualize this phenomenon happening around a black hole, where space-time is bent so much that light itself appears to curve. Now, the thing about light is light always travels in a straight line. This curvature shown here is not light bending, but the universe the light is traveling through bending. Now, how does this disprove Euclid's fifth postulate? Well, imagine for a second a two-dimensional model of the universe, a flat two-dimensional model of the universe. Now, let's curve that universe into a spherical shape. And let's draw some lines on that. You can think of lines of longitude going around the Earth, where the surface of the Earth is our two-dimensional model of the universe. Now, these lines of longitude are all parallel at the equator, but at the poles they intersect. Parallel lines come to an intersection because the reality they exist on curves. Think about that. Crazy, right? And the thing is, this undermines our entire understanding of math and science, or at least our 1900s understanding. And if you think about it, this disproves basic principles of mathematics that most people live their whole life believing to be true. For example, a triangle. All three angles added together must add up to exactly 180 degrees. No more, no less. Well, on a flat plane of existence, sure. But we don't live in a flat plane of existence. We live in a curved plane of existence. If we curve our plane of existence our triangle is drawn on, we can make a triangle whose angle measurements add up to more than 180 degrees. In this case, made of three right angles. Think about that. Now, does this mean that everything most people understand about math and science is worthless? No, not at all. It means that it's a simplification, a tool used to educate someone in something that's so complex, so mind-boggling, we can never seem to wrap our head around it. No matter how much we think we understand the universe, it always seems to be more complicated. It always seems to be one step ahead of us.